Hey guys, Shamar Brown here. Welcome to the Eagle Podcast Night Talks Season 6. Alright, guys? Season 6, episode number 45. Now, let me get into the title real quick. The title of tonight's episode is called The Importance of Marketing. No, I'm calling all the entrepreneurs, I'm calling all the business owners, I'm calling all the people who are thinking about business. If you have your business, great, this is for you. If you plan to start a business, great, this is for you. Now, me personally, I do have a small background in marketing, just a very small background. But I'm like, you know what? I could yap, but no, I'm like, let me get the professional. Let me get somebody who has a lot more years in marketing than me. All right. Now, the special guest that I have tonight, her name is Victoria Ross, and I guess I'm gonna give you guys a quick background about her. Right. She's a digital marketer, right? He's also a oh my god, please don't hold me to it. Strategic, right? And she's a storyteller. And the storyteller part, that's the part that really gravitated to me because when I came across her page and her content, I realized that she's very good at storytelling. And as you guys know, sales and marketing, people who are very successful in those things, they're good storytellers, right? And that's who Victoria is. She helps brands turn their ideas into impact, right? She's worked in a bunch of different companies when it comes down to marketing. But again, I won't take up too much time because I do, I feel like she'll be able to cover more, right? But the last thing I'll say about Victoria is that she believes marketing isn't just about selling a product, because it's not. It's not. It's about shaping perception and building trust and bringing people together. And I guess I'll save what I need to say at the end. But I do agree with Victoria when it comes down to that. It's not about just selling product. Because if it was, people would have, most of these business that we know wouldn't be available because people don't buy it because it's just a selling point. But anyways, let me bring her up real quick so she can come and talk on her behalf. So here we go. Victoria Ross. Floor is yours, girl.
Hi, everyone. My name is Victoria Ross. And if there's one thing I've learned in my years as a marketer, it's that marketing isn't just about products, followers, or sales. It's about people, connection, and the stories that make them care. I've been in marketing for several years now, working with everything from local tour companies, community programs, to tech companies, and currently places like innovation spaces. What I love most about marketing is that it sits at the intersection of creativity and impact. So you get to take an idea, something that's invisible, and turn it into something people can see, feel, and most importantly, believe in. I fell in love with marketing because of what happens when it's done correctly. It doesn't just sell things, it brings people together. It helps small businesses grow. It helps communities tell their stories. It helps individuals discover the confidence to share who they are. That's what keeps me passionate, seeing how strategy and storytelling can literally change outcomes. And that's why I want to talk about the importance of marketing, not just for businesses, but for people. And emphasis on the people. I feel like people forget that part because people will be like, oh, I'm not a marketer, but everybody has a marketer in them because everyone has to market themselves. So we're going to talk about that. Whether you're building a company, building a career, marketing is what helps you be seen, understood, and remembered. I also want to be clear that marketing doesn't create a need, it creates a want, and it shapes how others see it, feel it, and choose it. At its core, marketing is the art and strategy of positioning value so clearly that people recognize themselves in it. For business, that means helping customers see how your product fits into their life, how it solves a problem, saves time, or just makes them feel something. For yourself, it's the same idea. It's learning to communicate your strengths, your story, and your purpose so clearly that others see how you fit, whether it's in a job, a partnership, or an opportunity. Marketing turns products into preferences and people into possibilities. So let's start with the part most people forget: marketing yourself. Because even if you never own a business, you are one. And this is something that I've learned a lot recently, being back in college. So I'm 32, and I went back to school after like 9 years of not being in school. And I had to learn how to remarket myself. And honestly, I've learned a lot. So a couple things are that everyone has a brand. Whether you realize it or not, people are forming an impression of you every time you speak, post online, walk into a room. That's your brand. Not your logo, not your title, but your reputation. Also, marketing yourself builds clarity and confidence. When you take time to define who you are intentionally, what you value, and what you stand for, you start attracting the right opportunities instead of chasing them. Now, some practical examples would be communicating your strengths in interviews or leadership roles, building a digital presence that reflects your goals and values, following up, showing gratitude and adding value in conversations. And let me just go back to the building a digital presence that reflects your goals and values. So we live in a digital age, okay? Everything, like there's going to be a lot of people who only know about you what they see on the internet. Like, I want to say most people, it's going to be only what they see on the internet. I mean, an example of that, like, I'm a guest on the Eagle podcast because I met Shamar on Instagram. Like, the reason why he even agreed to want to have me on his show is because of what he saw of me online. All he knows of me is what he's seen online. So that example right there should tell you how important it is to build a digital presence that reflects your goals and values, because for most people, that's all they're going to know. Also, like, principles. So it's good to have clarity, like know what makes you different, because you have to know that in order to be able to communicate it. Also, consistency. You need to show up the same way online and offline. Okay, that's really important, because we all have experienced a time where that wasn't the case, where we met somebody and they weren't the way that we thought they would be based off what we had seen online. That's never a good feeling. It makes you feel like they're a fraud, right? So connection. People remember how you make them feel. If anything, people are going to remember how you make them feel. That is so important. Like, there's people that I've met and I can't remember the conversation we had at all, but I do remember how I felt. I remember whether I felt joy. I remember if I felt uncomfortable. I remember if I felt weird. We remember feelings. That's what I'm saying. So basically, marketing yourself, it isn't bragging. It's bridging the gap between who you are and how others see you. It's not about pretending, it's about positioning. Now, let's shift from the personal to the professional, from the person to the platform or business. So there's a couple points. I have 4. Visibility equals survival. A business cannot survive on a secret. You might have the best product, service, or idea in the world, but if no one knows about it, it doesn't matter. Also, marketing builds trust over time. People don't buy what they don't trust, and they don't trust what they don't see consistently. Marketing isn't a one-time event. It's an ongoing relationship. Number 3, it's about storytelling, not selling. Okay, this is my favorite one. This is something I'm constantly trying to stress to people. Marketing at its best tells a story that connects your mission to what your customer needs. It's how small businesses grow beyond their zip code and how big brands stay relevant. It's about storytelling. Nobody wants to be sold to, okay? Even though that's what we're doing anyway, it cannot be packaged like that. It has to be a story. It has to be relatable. It has to give a feeling. Also, let's talk about some principles. So, audience awareness. You have to know who you're talking to and what matters to them. You have to be authentic. Be real about what you're offering and why it matters. Because I promise, lying or trying to fool your customers, it's not going to work. And in this day and age, once you get caught lying, it's over for you. Especially with the internet, it's over for you. Okay? Now, the third principle is going to be adaptability. So, markets, algorithms, and people, they change, especially in this day and age, and you have to evolve with them. A small example of that, I remember when it was all about the reels. Reels. You got to post reels all the time. Reels are everything. And now, surprisingly, and I say surprisingly because when I was told this, I was like, there's no way that's true. And then I looked into it, and it is true. Now, it's carousels. It's carousels now. Carousels are more engaging to people than reels. And, after I looked into it a bit and thought about it, it does make sense. It's because of the what's the word I'm looking for? It's literally the aspect of swiping. It's almost like, because it's not just like you're watching it, like you're engaging with it. You're going through the post. Like there's a reason why we went from being able to have like 10 in a carousel to now 20. Because people enjoy the aspect of swiping. They enjoy it. It's more enjoyable than just watching. All right, so I want to give you an example of a local business that grew through consistent storytelling, visuals, and partnerships. And it's a company that I work for. So I work for a company called Live Like a Local Tours Boston. It is a Boston-based tour company that their mission basically is to show people the neighborhoods of color in Boston and to expose people to the local businesses in those neighborhoods and circulate dollars back into the community. And this company built itself up through COVID. The founder, Colin Knight, he is from Roxbury in Boston, and he's been going to a lot of these local businesses since he was a kid. And it really affected him to see them struggling during COVID. So he started, getting online and promoting these businesses and saying, hey, they're doing carry out. Hey, they're doing delivery. Don't forget about your local businesses. It went from that to fast forward now. He's doing tours in these neighborhoods with people and taking them to these businesses, telling the stories of the owners and how long they've been here and where they came from. And it's beautiful. And it's the consistent storytelling that I think really has caused him to grow. It's the storytelling and it's the active support of the businesses in the neighborhood. Now, like I said, it has grown exponentially from this. Like he now works with schools. He takes schools on field trips to show them the neighborhoods. He also he works with colleges and hospitals. He does health equity tours. When new businesses come into the town or come into Boston, they'll take a tour with him so that they can get a lay of the land that they're going to be operating in. Because think about how backwards it is to just find a city, start a business, and just start selling to people that you don't know. Like when you say it like that really doesn't make sense, but it happens all too often. So his whole thing is know the community that you serve. Know the community that you live in. And for students and college students, especially those who come from out of town, it's know the place that you're living in. Like know your surroundings. And also, working for him, I've learned a lot. Like there is so much Black history in Boston. Like Malcolm X lived in Boston. Martin Luther King lived in Boston. Martin Luther King met his wife in Boston. So like, it's things like that. There's just so much history, and his business, it revolves around that storytelling and that support. And it's really helped him grow because it's authentic and he knows who he's talking to. It's locals and people that are transplants too. He knows what matters to them. And it's just, it gives people a feeling. Like I said, it's about storytelling, not selling. So marketing keeps the heartbeat of your business steady. So to close, I just want to say it's what turns first-time buyers into lifelong believers. Just like marketing yourself, marketing your business all comes down to positioning. In the last section, I talked about how positioning yourself means clearly communicating who you are and the value that you bring. In business, it's the same idea. Positioning your brand so that people immediately understand what makes you different and why you matter. Because at the end of the day, marketing isn't about being seen. It's about being seen in the right way by the right people. And that brings me to something I want to spend a few minutes on because I realize that I've mentioned it a couple times, but what positioning really means and why it's the thread that ties both you and your business together. So positioning is the bridge between you and your audience. It's the quiet force behind everything that I've been talking about. So the definition of positioning, and I'm taking this straight from my notes from my marketing class. Shout out to Professor Jean Brown. Strategy for defining and portraying brands in ways that cause ideal customers to perceive them as the best solution for their needs. So positioning is how you show up in people's minds. It's the space that you intentionally claim in your industry, in your community, or even in a conversation. Positioning helps products stand out. A well-positioned product answers the question, why should I buy from you? It's not about being the loudest or having the flashiest marketing. It's about owning your lane so clearly that when people think of a certain need, they think of you. But this also requires a marketer to know who their product is ideal for. Okay, so for business specifically, positioning means defining what makes your brand different and valuable. It's going to be the reason why people choose you over someone else. So think about it like this. Two companies can sell the same exact product, but the one that tells a clearer story, the one that connects emotionally and consistently, becomes the one that people trust. For example, the first one I just thought of right now would be like Gerber baby food. Like, I don't have kids, but I promise you, when I do have kids and I'm like, what am I going to feed my baby when they start eating food? It's probably going to be Gerber because, like, duh, you know what I mean? Like, that's the baby company. Like, I feel a certain way when I think about Gerber. I feel like they care about my child. Okay. So another example, you might sell coffee, but are you selling convenience, community, or craft? I can name a different coffee place that does all those differently. Let's see. Cause like convenience, when I think convenience, I think of those drive-through coffee huts, like the ones that don't even have inside, like they're selling convenience. You get what I'm saying? So your answer is going to shape how customers see you and how much they're willing to pay for it. Now let's talk about positioning for yourself. So for individuals, positioning is about clarity and alignment. It's how you present your strengths and purpose so that others instantly understand what you bring to the table. If you don't define your position, the world will do it for you, and they might get it wrong. For example, when you walk into a room or apply for a job or introduce yourself online, you're positioning yourself. The words you choose, the energy you bring, the story you tell, all of it is going to shape how people remember you. So in business, there's something called a positioning statement, and that's a short expression of a product's market position. It's more about strategy and positioning in the market rather than catchy consumer-facing communication like a slogan or something. Positioning is about intention. It's about saying, this is who I am, this is what I offer, and this is why it matters. When you know your position, you stop competing with everyone else because you realize that there is room for you to win in your own lane. Now, another thing I want to touch on real quick because it's important is repositioning. So repositioning is done when a current position no longer appeals. This is what's done to take advantage of a competitor's weakness or to recover from a challenge. So this is just as important as positioning because in life you will have to reposition. It's almost like what I was talking about earlier about adaptability. Like you have to be able to reposition. You can't have the same position forever because things are going to change. So keep that in mind as well. So just to close off this section, whether we're talking about your business or yourself, positioning is what turns motion into direction. It's how you go from being seen to being sought after. So to wrap it all up, here's the truth. Marketing isn't just a business skill, it's a life skill. The main things I want you to take from what I've said is that it teaches you to listen. Good marketers don't just talk, they study people, they listen for what's not being said, and that builds empathy, it builds purpose, it builds authenticity. Also, it builds resilience. Not every campaign works, not every pitch lands, but each one teaches you something about timing, communication, and human nature. It's a constant learning experience. Also, marketing expands your reach and your impact. Whether you're leading a brand, a classroom, a community, marketing helps your message travel farther and faster than you ever could on your own. Marketing is about more than getting attention. It's about deserving it. It's how businesses grow, how people rise, and how communities stay connected. Because in the end, again, marketing isn't about selling something, it's about showing something, who you are, what you stand for, and why it matters. So whether you're promoting a business or building your personal brand, just remember, visibility isn't always vanity. It's how value meets opportunity. Thanks for listening. Again, my name is Victoria Ross, and you guys can follow me on Instagram if you'd like at Victoria 2A's Ashley 2Ys. Have a good night.
Woo! That was so good, Victoria. That was so good. That was so good. So good, so good. Now, two things. Because again, the expert already spoke already. But like I said to you guys before, I do have a little background in marketing, right? Now, the first thing that Victoria said, she said something about she said, we all market. Yes, we do. But a next way of marketing, we could say sell. We all sell ourselves. Now, if you're married, yeah, And if your wife is beautiful, yeah, but you did a pretty good job. You did a good job of selling yourself. You know what I'm saying? Right? If you have a job, yes, you market yourself, you sell yourself. You get what I'm saying? Because I know for a fact if I look on your resume, it's gonna tell me that you could fly a jet. You get what I'm saying? That's how much you fluff it up. We all do. So again, I agree with Victoria that all of us know how to market and all of us do market, right? Now I know I said it about the business, but also yeah, Victoria said it that when it comes down to getting a good job and stuff like that, if you want to get a good job, yeah, you need to learn how to market yourself. That's the first thing, and that's the second thing. And yeah, that was so good. This was so good, Victoria. Thank you so much for sharing those gems, right? I hope you guys took a lot. I'll do my best to leave her Instagram in the description so you guys can go follow her. And again, especially you business owners who are listening to this, who are looking to grow your business from offline to online, yes, Victoria is your lady. She got you. And again, go check her out. You could see how she does her, what she does, because again, that's what brought me to her page, because of how good she is when it comes down to the industry. So again, guys, Eagle Podcast, Night Talks, Shawan Brown here, signing off. Good night, guys.